John, let's start the midweek interview off with a quick recap on the game last weekend. Satisfying to be in the next round and a win.
Yeah, delighted to be in the next round. Big game, great expectation levels going into the game, great crowd as we hope for, and really appreciate the fans who turned up. Fantastic atmosphere in the game throughout the whole game, and I'm sure the fans, certainly the Raith Rovers fans, went away very happy. Yeah, a very, very good performance, one that we had to really battle hard for. We had to stay in the game. Thought Dunfermline passed the ball really well and had the most possession against us in any team this season. We normally have the vast majority possession, so that shows how well Dunfermline played, and that we had to defend, and it's the best we've defended. To get a clean sheet was extremely pleasing, albeit that Robbie had to make an amazing save. So that, along with threatening the Dunfermline defence into a situation where they've had to pull back Chris Duggan for the sending off to occur, and for us then to take full advantage when again their lads fouls in the box. Two decisions that have been seen to be 100% correct. So down to 10 men, Dunfermline, we get a penalty, score the penalty, and we score a cracking second goal. Really, really good move, which was kind of the plan. If we could have done that with 11 players against 11, that would be what the ideal situation we looked for. However, we've done it with 11 against 10, switches of play, great ball down the line, great delivery cross because Duggan in, Louis Vaughan arriving at the right time to score, and then obviously again going in behind the Dunfermline defence for Lewis to run away for the defenders and stick it in the back of the net. So delighted with the win, delighted with the clean sheet, delighted with the draw, delighted the fans went away happy. So all in all, a really, really good day.
Good, yeah. And we were all glued to our TV screens, our phones, looking at the draw. Without going into it too far, because we'll talk about it nearer to the time, looking forward to tackling Hibs again.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. When you say again, obviously the Rovers won there just a few years back at Easter Road in the Scottish Cup, so hopefully we can do the same if it's at all possible. We'll be trying that. We've got to believe we can win the game, of course we have. And there's a lot of, some good league games coming up, before that, and that's a priority. But looking at a wee bit further ahead, it's a cracking game. Hibs are a good side, they've got good players, and so we'll need to be our best, as you would always want to be at your best. So I'm sure it'll be a cracking cup tie. For me, we want to go there, implement our game on it, be able to defend as we did here against Dunfermline, and get a wee break or so. You'll need that going away from home to a team like Hibs, who, as I say, I repeat myself, have got very, very good players. But it's not beyond us, and we've got to believe.
Yeah. Well, we're all looking forward to it. First, however, and next, we've got a trip to Brechin. Always an interesting place to go, and always a challenge against any team in this league. They've bounced back with a win against Dumbarton, and we're obviously crossing swords with Barry, our former manager. How important is it that we don't dwell on the derby win and focus on the league business?
Yeah, obviously that's gone now, and the Hibs game is not for a few weeks, so that's got to go in the back burner. Everything's got to be focused on this, and this is where in the past we've kind of, took one step forward and another step back, so we've got to make sure that our attitude is spot on, and it won't be easy. You're right, Barry, I know Barry well, he's a really good guy, nice guy, great football guy, and I'm sure quite naturally he's wanting to put one over on us, the same as like Scott Robertson, who was here, and Dougie Hill. It's quite natural, it's human for that to happen. We'd all be the same, that they obviously will want to try and put one over on us, but we have to rise to that challenge. We're on the grass at Brechin. This time of the year, notoriously, it'll be a wee bit heavy, you would expect. It's different from the surface we have out here. And so that in itself is another added incentive to go there and do well. I'm anticipating a difficult game. Of course, very seldom do you get an easy game here, a comfortable game in this league. It's a very difficult league. So, we take the confidence, we take the belief from the win against Dunfermline, and we look to try and continue to try and win games and keep the pressure on Arbroath. If they happen to slip up, we have to be taking advantage.
Yeah. we were looking at the players and yourself out there training before the interview there, and we noticed that Kevin Nisbet was playing his part in training. What's the overall injury picture, Kevin and any others?
We have no injuries. We have no injuries. Everyone is available.
Wow, can you say that again?
Yeah, Kevin's back fit. Yeah, it was an estimated 3 and 4 weeks. He's back in 3. He's trained all week, and he'll become available for selection on Saturday. And we have no one else injured.
Happy days. I'm not going to dwell on that point then, and move on to the next thing. Signings. We've made a signing today, Craig McGuffey. What's he going to bring to the squad?
Well, looking at it this morning, he's going to bring a lot. Yeah, he did exceptionally well this morning in training. So we've, young Dan Armstrong moved on to Ross County, and we wish him well. We did well for the Rovers. The Rovers did well for him. And we wish him all the best. Hopefully he's playing in the Premiership next season with Ross County. But we've brought in Craig to have that situation that I wanted, which was 3 wide players for 2 positions. We generally play with 2 wingers. Of course we're fluent and we can change things, of course we can. But we generally have been doing that. We're attacking minded, we've been playing with wingers. And I wanted competition in that position. So to get that, you had to have 3 for 2, and that's what we now have. And again, repeat myself, the way he's performed this morning in training, looks like he's going to be a big asset for us. So he's bringing competition, but he's bringing the same skill level, pace. I always said Dan's going to be hard to replace, and I don't think we can do that like for like, but we've got something that is similar.
Got you, right, okay. Something that you'd mentioned in previous weeks as well, Callum Crane, you were looking to extend his loan, and that has now been done. He's with us till the end of this season. Happy to get that all tied down and sorted out? Yeah,
well, to be fair, that was done last week, but there was so much going on last week with the build-up to the Dunfermline game that we actually missed it out. That was done a week ago, so I even forgot about that when I was speaking to other media guys when they mentioned it, because it was done last week. So Callum, yeah, we're delighted that Callum signed up to the end of the season. He came here at the same time as myself and Paul Smith. He's done really well, made the left back position his. Unfortunately for him, on the one time we played him in centre mid against Innisweer when Nat Wedderburn was suspended, he did really well. He scored a goal in that game, picked up a knee injury unfortunately, and it took him a wee while to get over the knee injury, and then the team was doing well, he couldn't get back in. However, he did get back in, and again doing really well. So delighted that he's on board to the end of the season.
Yeah. So a player in, a player extending his loan, Dan Armstrong off to Ross County. Also today we announced the departure of Lewis Milne to Montrose. Quick word from you about Lewis.
Yeah. Again, Lewis was in the team when I came. We played wide right in a position against Dumbarton, the very first game, and he played against Broth and maybe another game. But unfortunately, Louis picked up a little hamstring injury, and then he had a little bit of illness, and he lost his position in the team. And then we bring in Dan Armstrong in, and Lewis Vaughan coming back from his operations. It made it very difficult for Lewis to get a run in the team, and Lewis wanted to play. He had a couple of chats with me. He wanted more game time. I couldn't guarantee him more game time, and we decided it was best for both parties if Lewis moved on. He had a great time at Montrose, and we certainly wish him well going there. He's a great lad. I couldn't say a bad word about him. He trains very well. He even trained on the Monday, and it must have been difficult for him knowing that this was probably going to happen. He was exceptional in training, but just couldn't get himself in the team in a regular run. So we wish him well. Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for all that, John. We'll get on. We'll let you get back to your lunch, and good luck on the Saturday.
Thanks, Neil.
Cheers.